Miss Cheryl here from Apple Preschool, and I am excited today to do another model drawing with you and to learn a little bit more about how you can become a reader and a writer. So if you have paper or even your wipe-off board nearby when I'm done with my story, perhaps you can practice your shapes and think about what your story could be. The more you practice drawing your shapes and telling your stories, the better you will become at being a reader and a writer. Do you remember back once before in a different video, I read a book about I can write. Well, another part of learning to become a reader and a writer is handled in this book that says I can read. Sometimes boys and girls say to me, I can't read, I just look at the pictures. Did you know that that is a tool and a skill that helps you to become a reader and a writer? The more you practice your shapes, the more you tell stories with your words, or have an adult help you to write some words below the line, the more that you look at picture books, all of those things are skills that help you to become a reader and a writer. Well, we'll do this story in another video later on, but you be ready after my video to get out some of your tools and practice your skills. For now, I want to tell you a story. This is a story that really happened to me, and this is a story that took place right here in Arlington. If you live in Arlington, maybe you've even been to this place. This is my setting. The setting is where my story takes place. Once before, I did a setting that was right in a door frame of my house. Maybe you remember I was inside and I was walking through the door frame going outside. Do you know what I ran into? Do you remember? If you've seen that one, you might remember it's a spider web. Well, there's no spider web in this story, but there is a door frame. This rectangle is a straight-sided shape, and I already drew this part. This is a building right here in Arlington, and this is where my story happened. I remembered to use self-talk in my story. Self-talk is when you stop and you think and you remember something and then you say it again to yourself, maybe out loud, maybe quietly in your head, but it helps you to focus, it helps you to learn, and it helps you to remember and to make good choices. So self-talk is a good thing to practice using. If you haven't seen the video yet, Miss Heather does a second step video on self-talk, and she talks a little bit about that too. Well, I use self-talk to help me solve a problem. I was at my house and I was making a fruit salad and I didn't have enough fruit. Oh, I had to rush to the store to get some more fruit to make my fruit salad. The problem was I didn't stop and write a list. Do you know what a list is? A list is when you write things down, or maybe sometimes families say them into their phone, but it's a way of listing out things you want to buy, things you want to do, things you want to remember, but I didn't do a list. I was in a rush, and so I did not have a list. So I was already driving to the store when I went, oh no, there is a lot of fruit in the produce department. I wonder if I'm going to remember what fruits I wanted to buy. I already put grapes in my fruit salad. I already put pineapple. I put some melon. But what did I want to add into my fruit salad? Well, that was the problem. I was worried I wouldn't remember. So I stopped and I thought I'm going to use self-talk since I don't have a list. Let me see. I wanted to buy apples and I wanted to buy bananas. Those are the two fruits that I wanted to get. So let me start my drawing. Here is my curved shape for my face. Another time we're going to talk about how to draw a person and all the details, but I'll make it simple today. How many eyes am I going to do? You said 2, you're right. And I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to think about, how long is my hair? It's kind of short. But one detail I'm going to add this time to my story is my glasses, because I wear glasses to help me see. And when I do a detail that is special, I can make it a different color. so it stands out. You might have noticed the door frame in my spider story was a different color. So here I am. I'm going to the store, and I'm not going to use an oval for my body, not a curved shape. I'm going to use a straight-sided shape. Do you know that shape? Try and think about it. It's a triangle. And I'm using a triangle today because I was wearing a dress on that day. And I need to add my legs, 1, 2, my feet, 1, 2, and my arms. Watch, I'm going to do them a little bit differently. I've got my arms like this today because I'm going to need to carry what I'm buying. Do you remember what I'm buying? I'm buying fruit. And I said I wanted to buy 2 kinds. I used my self-talk. As I was going into the store, there was going to be so many fruits, so many vegetables in the produce department. So I stopped, I calmed my body, and I said to myself, apples and bananas, apples and bananas. So I could walk right past the other fruits and ignore them and focus on apples and bananas. So first I went over and I grabbed some apples and I put them, I need to put them inside something. I had a basket. So here's my basket. It has handles. Maybe you've helped your family to carry a basket before. I took my apples and put them in my basket. What was the other thing I was going to buy? Apples and, that's right, bananas. These bananas were kind of green, but I bought a couple of them because they were going to make my salad even more delicious. So I put those in my basket too. Guess what? I used self-talk to help me remember. So now there's one other thing I want to tell you about my setting. Did I tell you where I was? I was at a building, a store in Arlington. This is the first letter on this store. Do you know that letter? It's an S. Do you know that store? I bet maybe you've even been in it before. After the S comes an A, F, E, W, A, Y. And this is a detail that's important to my story too, so I wrote it in a different color. It says Safeway. It was Safeway where I stopped and used self-talk and said, I need to remember to buy apples and bananas. So for my story, my words go under the line. The drawing or the picture of the story always goes above. I'm going to write the words, apples and bananas. Those are the words I used for self-talk. Apples, when I use these letters, it says apples. And do you know what banana starts with? You can start sounding out some of your words or asking an adult for help. Apples and bananas. And I'm going to put an exclamation point because I was excited that I didn't forget. Self-talk helped me to focus and it helped me to remember my apples and bananas when I went to Safeway. Well, I hope you have a story that you can draw after you watch this, maybe about a time when you went to the store or the time when you used self-talk or you were focused to help you remember something. It's a good skill to have. That's all for now. Another time we'll do another story and learn more about becoming a reader and a writer. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to use self-talk to remind me I wanted to teach you a song about being a reader and a writer. It goes like this. I'm learning to be a reader. I'm learning to be a writer. I'm using lots of tools to help me with my school. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm learning to be a reader. I'm learning to be a writer. I'm using lots of tools to help me with my school. Make sure you practice with all your tools this week and you will become a stronger reader and writer too. Bye-bye, friends.